Welcome back everybody. Let me adjust my mic since I didn't do that before and I didn't start my timer on my phone. How poor of me. I'm completely unorganized. Okay. Should we try that again? Hey, what's going on guys? It's Panda here. Welcome back for some Katawa Shoujo. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't manage to get one done, get one up yesterday, but you know, I'm hoping you can forgive me for my heinous crimes. Yeah, as you were aware from my last videos, I said I've been sick the last couple of days. I'm pretty much over it now, so let's get back into things. I honestly can't remember where we're up to, so let's see. Since talking to Lily yesterday, I wanted to try and move on from the listlessness I've felt ever since coming to Yamaku. Not a good start, since I messed up on a whole lot of that sentence. But even if I try to concentrate on the book in front of me, Hanako's empty seat, that's right, it's her birthday, or she just had her birthday and she's been away. She's been away with the fairies. Hanako's empty seat at the back of the classroom looms larger than life. Every time I start getting focused, my eyes flick over to her desk again and my mind starts spinning. Hey, it's Miki. Once more my eyes drift over to it, but this time my vision is blocked by a certain other classmate. Oh, hey Miki. Maybe you should just have lunch. Okay, yeah, no, I did read that right. I can hear your stomach growling from my desk. I let my head drop in disappointment. She seems to take some amusement from my reaction and hops up onto my desk. Her grin as she sits on it reminds me of the Cheshire Cat. So what you working on? Some math. I have a decent handle on it, but I just wanted to revise. Oh really? Let me see that. Before I can object, she grabs my mathematics book with her hand. She scans the page I was on, holding it open with one hand. She has her left arm sitting uselessly on her lap. In my time here at Yamaku, I've noticed that the other students have a wide range of adjustment to their disabilities. On a purely practical level, Miki is one of those that seem to have some trouble. The stump of her left arm tends to be either hanging by her side, slipped into a pocket, or otherwise put out of the way. Sometimes she has a difficult time doing common tasks, which makes her visibly quite frustrated. I feel a little bad for thinking this way, but I'm thankful that Hanako and I don't have disabilities affecting our freedom of movement to that extent. Then again, if Miki's problem worsened, at least she wouldn't have a real possibility of dying. My attention is refocused as she thumbs through a few pages, skimming their contents. With such casual interest in the subject matter, it's clear by now that she won't be any help. I don't think she really cares, to be honest, man. I'm guessing you're not too interested in this stuff? Screw math, it's boring as hell. Agreed, Miki. Agreed. She puts the book back in front of me with indifference. Her eyes move to the notebook beside it that I've been working out practice equations on. Wait, you're actually able to work that stuff out? Yeah. Wow, I've never talked to a computer with legs before. Thanks, I think. At least I'm doing better in this than history. Oh my god. This is a terrible restart to Katawa Shoujo. Think it's worth asking that librarian for help? I heard she's shooting for uni. Yuko? Maybe I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what she wants to study though. So what about you? Got anything you're thinking of doing after you graduate? Me? Nah, not really. Just enjoying it while it lasts. That's how I look at life. She looks a little awkward when asked about her future and absent-mindedly rubs her left forearm. I kind of want to ask her about it, but I don't think I know her well enough to do so. The conversation peters out and I lean back in my chair, giving up on the prospect of studying. Miki notices my tired expression and looks oddly serious. Thinking about Hanako? It's that obvious? You've been glancing at her seat and you've been pretty quiet, not too hard to connect the dots. I'm just worried about her. Yeah, I can see why you would be. She can get weird sometimes. She sounds put off, but I can't blame her. Hanako was a hard person to interact with before she warmed up to me, even with Lily around to help. I haven't known her for that long either, so some of her habits would still be unknown to me. My face becomes troubled. If I hadn't developed feelings for her, this would be at least a little easier to deal with. I mean, no offense. She isn't a bad person, I know that much. I know, I didn't take it that way. It's just harder to deal with when, well, you know, you have feelings for someone. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's hard to forget something like that, like what happened to her during class too. I wish she hadn't reminded me of that. She just confirmed that it was clearly noticed by others in the room as well. Come on, don't get that down. She's done this before, you've just got to wait it out. She locks herself in her room and acts like an empty husk of a person for a sizable amount of time, ever since she entered Yamaku, if not before then as well, and I'm not supposed to be concerned about that? Well, I might think that, but there's nothing that I can do. I can't force her to come out, and she does see the rapist, so it's not like she isn't getting any help for her issues. By the way, I am saying therapist wrong on purpose, I'm not a retard. Maybe it's natural to think that way when you're so powerless to help someone. That's just the way she is, and you just have to deal with it. Oh, I thought Hanako was going to come up. As I mull things over, I notice a movement out of the corner of my eye. I glance to see who it is, and end up doing a double take. It is Hanako! Sure enough, it's Hanako. She walks through the door just as she would any normal school day, and begins to move towards her seat in an usual silent and humble manner. She looks at me for a moment before blushing and looking away in embarrassment, which makes me realize that I was staring at her. I feel sorry for that, but not doing it is hard after all that's happened. The girl sitting on my desk looks to me grinning. See? Your sweetheart's back already. What did I tell you? You be quiet. I love Miki. Miki's cool. It might only be meant as a joke, but she hits close enough to make me quite uncomfortable. Ooh. As we talk, someone calls Miki's name from the door. She jumps down from her vantage point on my desk before turning to me. Gotta go, Hisao. Remember to eat sometime, will you? Fine, I will. See you. She gives a casual salute before jogging over to the door where a male student in gym uniform is waiting for her. Probably someone from the track and field club. Seizing the opportunity, I get up and make my way to Hanako's desk. Hello. Hi Hanako, what's up? Nothing. Maybe talking to her this soon after she came back to class was a bad move. Wanna go grab something with me from the cafeteria? I'm pretty hungry. But I thought you were studying. Studying can wait. Tuning up for class all this time must have taken some courage for Hanako, so at least I can do is stay with her. It's just the way she is, and you have to deal with it. It's the way Miki... Oh, right. It's the way Miki, and probably the class as a whole, view Hanako. I can do more for her, though. I want to do more for... Wait, what? I can do more for her, though. I want to do more for... Oh, right. After being distracted by Miki, I don't think I'm going to get any work done. Come on, let's go. She hesitates, but eventually gets up and joins me as we begin walking. These may be small steps for her, but the fact that she's finally out of her room and of her own violation... No, okay, you know, if I try and say that word one more time, I'm going to completely butcher it, even more so than I've already done, and I'm just going to look like a complete fucking fool. Lifts a large weight off my shoulders. Oh, thank God, we've got the little Katawa Shoujo heart. Okay. Katawa Shoujo, do 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 do. My pen busily scrolls on to a... Wait, I thought we were going to grab something to eat with Hanako. Filling page of my notebook. My other hand remains on the page of a reference book I borrowed from the library, marking my spot as my eyes flicker to and fro. As I work, I occasionally mark red circles or underlines on the photocopied sheets of paper that lie on the table in front of me. Wanting a change of scenery from the library to avoid the distractions of the classroom, I decide to make use of the Shanghai for some quiet study time. I thought we were gonna go get something to eat with Hanako. What the hell? I ended up being nice and quiet as expected. It ended up being nice and quiet as... And being able to get coffee while I study is a nice bonus. Hanako may have returned to her normal self, but... Hanako may have returned to her normal self since she came out of her room, but I've done quite the opposite. Daily routine may have returned to us, but I feel as if I'm a different person. Maybe I'm not. It's only been a few days after all since I decided I wanted to try and get out of that rut I found myself in after my accident. But I want to change, and I'm now actively working towards that goal. Or at least I would like to think I am. Ugh, this is impossible. Brute forcing this isn't going to work. What's more, I have another piece of writing I have to do after this. I fear that's going to be no easier. Procrastination is your friend, Hisao. I look up in mild surprise to the source of the tentative voice. Yuko stands at the head of the table with a damp towel in hand, clearly having taken the opportunity to clean the tables while no other patrons were around. She looks curious, her eyes as much on my work as on me. What's the matter? I was just wondering, what sort of work are you having so much trouble with? Oh, it's just history. I'm fine with science and math, so I'm trying to get my other subjects up to par. Yuko looks positively delighted at this development. I feel like I chose the right answer on some big quiz show. You've won $1 million! Just kidding, you've won Yuko's help. Oh, I think I can help you with that. If you don't mind, of course. I briefly consider turning down the offer in order to not cause her too much trouble, but she looks too excited about this for me to do it. It would be mean to shoot her down like that after such a reaction. As much as I'd like you to help me, Yuko... No. Fuck off. Just kidding. I'd love for you to help me, Hanako. That would be... Oh god, I said Hanako. Oh Jesus. Oh, that must mean I really do love her. It's all that's on my mind. Even when speaking to Yuko. She claps her hands together and quickly deposits her towel on the counter, before returning and taking a seat across from me. I take my Rewind. I take my notebook off the top of the textbook and hand it over for her to pursue. So you're studying the Edo period? Yeah, I'm not really much good at this though. She takes the textbook and reads a few pages from a random section near the middle for a bit, but the aura of enthusiasm she'd been radiating previously is rapidly sapping away. I'm guessing this isn't the kind of history you were expecting. Unfortunately not. My main area is European history, especially in the classical era. Sorry. She looks a bit downcast, but as she carefully closes the book and lays it back down on the table, her face perks up again. Would you like another cup of coffee? Oh, sorry. Hold on, let's just try that again. Oh, yeah, sure. That was a better My first was no good. Had to have the question mark at the end, but the raise, the tone. Oh, okay. Shut up. I reach forward and get my book as Yuko gets up, takes my mug, and slowly walks to the counter to make another brew. As usual, she's absolutely silent as she does this. Every ounce of her concentration is focused on not tripping over or dropping the plain white mug. I take the opportunity to lay back and relax for a bit, the hum of a coffee machine filling the otherwise quiet air. It's small details like that which make me realise how much I've come to appreciate the little things in life. The peace and quiet of the local town, the discipline and order of Yamaku, the green of the trees that were so rare in my home city, the relaxed pace at which the aging residents live their lives. Everything feels so certain. It's comforting. I can feel myself beginning to nod off when the sound of the mug coming to rest on the table grabs my attention. Seems like it arrived not a moment too soon. info. Still have a slight tickle in my throat. Yuko takes her previous seat once again as I pick myself up and bring a hand around the mug to check its temperature. It's just a little too hot to drink right away, so I blow on it a little. Maybe you should get Yuko to blow on it a little, if you know what I mean. Okay. It's a shame you don't like history all that much. I sort of guessed you might be more into science. How so? Well, you look like a bit of a nerd. I may have offended plenty of nerds out there just right now. I believe that's profiling right there, Panda. Alright? Smack on the head. Ow. You've nearly read out the science fiction section of the library already. It wasn't hard to notice. You do have a good point there. Well, what can I say? You've pegged me just about right. You sound like you really take an interest in history though, especially considering how specific you were about it. Are you studying in that area or something? Going digs overseas? She giggles nervously at the thought. I'd like to visit the Mediterranean sometime and see the old architecture and art for myself, but I don't think I could trust myself to handle such delicate things. I don't think anyone could trust you to handle delicate things. I'm saving up to formally study in university, although I also read up on it whenever I have free time outside of work. So Miki was right about her university aspirations. Considering how she fares as a waitress, a more theoretical path may suit Yuko better. It's nice to hear that she has some ambitions though, considering how hard she works. I nod and take a careful sip of my coffee. By now it's cooled right to the right temperature, so I begin to drink while keeping an eye on the book below, trying to read at the same time. A few minutes pass quietly, Yuko looking out the window and watching the world go by, while I have my coffee and study.